Okay, everybody. आज ଆମେ ଆରମ୍ଭ କରିବା probability जोटा कि statistics ର second part ताले आरंभ କରିବା କିଛି basic definitions रो ताले प्रथम ଆମେ ଦେଖିବା random experiment. What is a random experiment? An experiment whose outcome cannot be predicted with certainty. माने कोई भी एमती experiment यार तमे result टा certainty रे कहि परिबनी. For example, 1 plus 2 is always equal to 3. तमे certainty रे कहि परिबो. किंतु तमे कौन कहि पाइबो कि जदि तमे हेड्स गोटे कॉइन टॉस कल तार ऑलवेज हेड्स आसीबो कि टेल्स आसीबो आसी परिबोनी न देयर इज अ प्रोबेबिलिटी दैट हेड्स कैन कम इज 1/2 and tails can come as 1/2 बुझिला. So an experiment whose outcome is known is known in advance is not a random experiment. Random experiment has more than one outcome. बुझिपाला. Then second, sample space. Set of all possible outcomes of a random experiment is known as a sample space. माने यदि कॉइन वाला एग्जांपल नबा तो सैंपल स्पेस सब हमरो टेल्स आउ हेड्स लेकिन सेटा ही डेटा हमारा आउटकम जोटा कि आसी पारिबो. Then there is events. Okay, events are the subset of sample space. Phi is also a subset of sample space which is called an impossible event. Phi हमें सेट से पढ़ियो. Phi माने null set माने phi is also a part of the sample space and this is known as impossible event. Sample space is the universal set for any random experiment. An experiment that cannot be further split into a simple event cannot be further split is known as simple event. कोई भी experiment जोटा को हमें आउरी छोटो करि परिबानी is known as a simple event. हला फॉर एग्जांपल टॉसिंग अ कॉइन को आप कौन छोटो कर परिबानी so it is known as a simple an event. हला an event consisting of more than one sample points is called a compound event. For example, हमें गोटे दम पाखरे गोटे कॉइन अछि हमें ताको दी थरो टॉस कलो हला तले तारो दीटा सिंपल इवेंट हला. फर्स्ट टॉस इज अ सिंपल इवेंट, सेकंड इज अ सिंपल एटा मिसे कि हमें हमारो इवेंट बनेलो सैंपल इवेंट तले सेटा हमारो हिजिबो ए कंपाउंड इवेंट. दीटा सैंपल में से एक कि तीनटा सैंपल इवेंट में से कि जदि हमें बनेलो ताले एटा कंपाउंड. ओके, नेक्स्ट हिजिबो सो ट्रायल. Each performance of the random experiment is known as a trial. For example, trial माने कॉइन टा पकड़े हमें कौन बोलू कॉइन टा टॉस करले जो रिजल्ट आसला सेटा है ट्रायल नंबर 1. तापर हमें भाबिलु कि आउ थोड़ा टॉस करबो रिजल्ट आसला टेल्स सेटा है ट्रायल नंबर 2. थर्ड तरह कलु पोल टेल्स आसला ट्रायल नंबर 3. एंती हमें ट्रायल्स डिफाइन कर है ना. Equally likely events that are equally likely to occur. The chances of occurrence of equally likely events are always equal. For example, say coin वाला game. Heads आसीबार probability केते 1/2. Tails आसीबार probability 1/2. So tossing of a coin is an equally likely event. है ना. Second example, dice नहीं जाओ. So डाइस को हमें रोल कलु आउटकम के तथा 1 2 3 4 5 6 छटा नंबर आसी परबो आउ एवरी नंबर आसीबार प्रोबेबिलिटी केते 1/6 है ना. इट इज आल्सो एन इक्वली लाइकली इवेंट. देन अनदर एग्जांपल गोटे डब्बा अछि डब्बा रे तमे चारिटा ब्लू बॉल दीटा रेड बॉल और पांचटा ग्रीन बॉल रखला. एबे कैन यू से दैट गोटे बॉल तमे बाहर करना सेटार ब्लू आसीबार रेड आसीबार ग्रीन आसीबार इक्वली अछि प्रोबेबिलिटी नाही. यदि हम पाखे तीनटा ब्लू तीनटा रेड और पांचटा ग्रीन अछि टोटल 10टा बॉल गले ब्लू आसीबार प्रोबेबिलिटी 3/10 रेड आसीबार 2/10 ग्रीन आसीबार 5/10. आर दीज इक्वल ना. So this is not an equally likely event है ना. देन हमें असलो म्यूचुअली एक्सक्लूसिव इवेंट माने एमिति इवेंट जो जहार जो आउटकम अछि that are not interrelated. Events or outcome are not interrelated on the other event. They are not a mutually exclusive event. If the occurrence of one of the events rules out the, any of the remaining events, A1, A2 are mutually exclusive if only A1 intersection of A2 is equals to 5. 5 is null set. Events A1, A2 to AM are mutually exclusive only and only if AI intersection AJ is equals to 5 for all pairs. Satisfying I to M where I is not equal to 3. Exhaustive event. What is an exhaustive event? So, what is an exhaustive event? Exhaustive event कौन ଏମିତି event जोटा कि केबे ना केबे सॉरी a set of events is said to be exhausting if at least one of them must necessarily occur on each performance of the events A1, A2, AM are called exhaustive only and only if A1 union A2 union A3 union A4 to union AM is equals to S, where S is sample space. माने तार जब आउटकम अच्छी सबू जदि पळे आसिला ताने that event is known as exhaustive event कि तार आउटकम सरी गला आउ कोन हबो से माने नेक्स्ट हेलो तापर हमें आसिलु all the events collectively cover all possible outcomes of the experiment. सबू आउटकम हमें कवर कर दें. Independent event. If occurrence of any of the events does not affect the probability of occurrence of the other events. Mutually exclusive events will never be independent and independent events will never be mutually exclusive. Independent माने which affect one. Mutually exclusive event will never be independent and independent event will never be mutually exclusive. Okay, next. Probability of an event. If there are n likely mutually exhaustive events, exclusive and exhaustive events, and m of which are favorable to the event E, then probability of occurrence of event, which is PE, is equals to n of E upon n of S, which is also equal to number of cases favorable to E upon total number of cases, which is equal to m by n. 0 less than m less than n will give 0 less than P probability of event E less than 1. Okay, and the probability will always be less than 1. Number of cases unfavorable to the event E and n and E is equal to n minus m. P of event is equals to n minus m by n, which is 1 minus P of E. Hello. So PE plus PEC is equals to 1 always. If E is sure event, then E is equals to 1. If E is the possible event, then E is equals to 0. Keep impossible ଅଛି କେବେ ହେଇପାରେ. For example, କେବେ ବି ଆମେ ପାଣି ପିଇକି ନାଇଁ କେବେ ବି ଯଦି ବର୍ଷା ହେଲା ତାହେଲେ ମାଟି ଓଦା ହେବ ହେବ ତାହେଲେ ଏମିତି ଆମେ ଯଦି ଇମ୍ପସିବଲ କହିବା କି ବର୍ଷା ହେଲା ମାଟି ଓଦା ହେଲା କଣ ହେଇପାରିବ ନାହିଁ. This is an probability. Hello. Odds in favor and odds in against of an event. Favor माने कि से इवेंट को से सपोर्ट करूଛି. Against माने ताको से सपोर्ट करू. If a case are favorable to the event A and B cases are favorable to A inverse. Hello. Then P of a probability of A is equals to A by A plus B and P of A inverse is equals to P of A plus B. Odds in favor of event A is equals to A by B. Odds against event of A is equals to B by A. Hello. Addition theorem of probability. If A and B are related with an experiment, then the probability that either of the event will occur or at least one event will occur is probability of A union B, which is equal to very important formula addition theorem. This is known as addition theorem. Hello. This is an important question. This is known as addition theorem. Probability of A union B is equal to probability of A plus probability of B minus probability of A intersection B, where A intersection B is the event defined as the event that both A and B are occurring for mutually exclusive event. P is equals to P of A union B is equals to P of A plus P of B. यदि mutually exclusive अछंती ताले ए जो A union B अछि A intersection B अछि सेटा केबे भी आसीबानी, that will be equal to 0. Okay. The next हम कथा हबो what sorry, probability of each n is for mutually exclusive and exhaustive and equally likely events is 1 by number of total number of outcomes 1 by n. Okay. Next हमें देखा algebra of events. Algebra of events. Hello. Algebra of events कौन है? P of A, probability of A plus probability of A inverse will be equal to 1. Always will be equal to 1. यदि गोटे इवेंट रो हेबार चांस प्लस न हेबार चांस को ऐड करिबो ताहले तार सब बेले इक्वल टू 1 आसीबो. हेलो. नेक्स्ट हमें जिबा P of A minus B, P of A minus B is equals to probability of A intersection B inverse is equals to probability of A union B minus probability of B or probability of A minus probability of A intersection B. Very important formula. This is also important. Upata to just it is for reference only. Very easy. Upata learn करने भी दरकार है. Is general formula. Very general. Second, probability of B minus A is equals to probability of like a minus a chena तारा intersection इजिबो with B inverse. Hello. This is also important. Then probability of A and B is equals to probability of A union B minus probability of A intersection B. These are all derivative from the above formula. Okay. Next हमें गिरा और एक important formula. For example, probability of A and B is equals to 2B 2 times probability of A union B minus probability of A plus probability of B. এটা भी हमारा 8 आसेगा. Right. 8 times. Probability of A and B is equal to probability of A plus probability of B minus 2 PCA intersection B. Then probability of A inverse intersection inverse is equals to probability of S, which is total, minus probability of A union or 1 minus probability of A union. A is a subset of, if A is a subset of B, then probability of A will be less than or equal to probability of B. P of exactly 2 of A, B, C occur, then यदि exactly A, B, C रो क्या कराना P of A union B plus P of B intersection B, B intersection C, probability of C intersection B minus 3 P A intersection B intersection and C. P at last 2 of A, B, C at least है ना, यदि at least अच्छी खाली 3 जगह रे तो that's all. Very easy. Conditional probability. What do you mean by conditional probability? If A and B are two If A and B are two events, then the conditional probability of events A is given that event B has exactly already occurred. Therefore, P A by B is defined as মানে conditional probability মানে ଗୋଟେ event A ସାରିଛି ତାପରେ A event ର probability is defined as P A when B is occurred P of A intersection B divided by probability of B. Similarly, ଯଦି probability of B is given that A has already occurred, that will be equal to P A intersection B ତଳେ P of A. ଯୋଉଟା ଆଗରୁ ହେଇସାରିଛି ନା ସେଟା ତଳେ ପଳେଇ ଆସିବ ଏଠି B ହେଇସାରିଥିଲା B probability of B ତଳକୁ ପଳେଇ ଆସିଲା ଏଠି A ହେଇସାରିଥିଲା probability of A ତଳକୁ ପଳେଇ ଆସିଲା. Then our ଅଛି multiplication theorem. What is multiplication? Multiplication theorem ବହୁତ important. ଏଇଟା ଏଠୁ ବହୁତ question ଆସିପାରେ. Probability of A intersection B will be equal to probability of B. Just the conditional probability को हमने पूरा टाइप का manipulate कर दिया. That's all. Probability of B multiplied by probability of A by B is equal to probability of A dot probability of B when A is occurred. Where probability of B is not equal to 0, and probability of A is also not equal to 0. This is known as multiplication theorem. Hello. So generalized form of conditional probability is A intersection A1 intersection A2 intersection A3 up to AN equals to probability of A1 P when A1 has occurred of A2 P of when A1 A2 A3 has occurred A4 and so on is equal to this. If A and B are mutually independent, then probability mutually independent achati. I mean, A does not depend on B. So P of probability of A when B has occurred will be equal to just probability. Again, A depending on it, B ଉପରେ depend କରୁଛି ତାହେଲେ A formula ଲାଗିବ. ଯଦି depend କରୁନି, normal probability of A will be equal to probability of A when B. Okay, so probability of A intersection B is equal to probability of A or probability of B is the necessary and sufficient condition for the event A and B to successfully occur and to successfully be independent. That's a very important point. So maybe not. Okay. So this is that. Next time I got 3 events A, B, C are said to be mutually independent if they mutually independent achadi, then they must follow this condition. P of A intersection B will be equal to P of A multiplied by P of B, and P of B intersection C should be P of C not P of B, and C will be equal to this. So यहाँ तीनटार intersection ହେଇଗଲେ dot 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 तीनटार probability multiply ହେଇଯିବ. That's all. So mutually independent ହେଇଗଲେ they are pairwise dependent. ଯଦି pairwise independent ଅଛନ୍ତି ତାହେଲେ just pair वाला formula ଲାଗିବ ଯୋଉଟା କି ଆମେ ପଢିଲେ pair वाला formula. ହେଲା. Yes. Total probability theorem. Let event 1, event 2, event 3 and so on be n mutually exclusive event and exhaustive. And event A is such that it can occur with any of the events, where from E1, E2, E3, even to En. And the probability of the occurrence of event A is probability of A is equals to probability of A intersection E1 plus B probability of A intersection E2 plus probability of A intersection E3 and so on up to A intersection E. So probability of A can be zero. Probability of A will be equal to probability of E1 dot probability of A when E1 is occurred, probability of E2 multiplied by probability of A when E2 is occurred, and so on up to probability of En multiplied by probability of A when En is occurred, which can be simplified into this. Probability of A is equal to summation P of EI multiplied by P of A. EI is occurred from I is equals to 1, Y is equals to. So this is the total probability theorem. Okay. এটা হচ্ছে total probability. তারপরে আসলো আমরা Bayes theorem. Bayes theorem করা that E1, E2, E3 be mutually exclusive and exhaustive. ହେଲା जो इवेंट गुड़ाक अछंती are all mutually exclusive and exhaustive and can occur with any of the events then and A can occur with any of them মানে এটা ଅଛି that can occur with any of the event. Then given that A has already occurred with event EI, then the conditional probability of EI by A when A is occurred, probability of event EI will be equal to is given by this formula. देखो probability statistics are only based on formulas. So if हमें formula by heart କରିଦେଲା ତାହେଲେ probability statistics ର कोई भी क्वेश्चन सॉल्व नहीं पाएगा କିଛି ନାହିଁ ଆମକୁ ଫର୍ମୁଲାରେ ଖାଲି ଭ୍ୟାଲ୍ୟୁ ପକାଇବାର ଅଛି ଫର୍ମୁଲାରେ ଭ୍ୟାଲ୍ୟୁ ପକାଇଲ ଆନ୍ସରଟା ବାହାରିଗଲା କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚିନ୍ଟା ବୁଝିଲ କ'ଣ ପଚାରୁଛି ତମକୁ ଆଇଡେଣ୍ଟିଫାଏ କରିବାର ଅଛି whether questionରେ they are mutually exclusive mutually independent କି mutually exhaustive ସବୁ ଖାଲି ଥିବେ କହିବାର ଆସିବାର ତା ପାଇଁ ତମମାନଙ୍କୁ ତମର ଡେଫିନେସନ୍ସ କ୍ଲିୟର କରିବାର ଅଛି ଡେଫିନେସନ୍ ଯଦି କ୍ଲିୟର ହେଇଗଲା ତାହେଲେ ତମେ ଜାଣିପାରିବ କି ଆମର କ'ଣ ଚାଲିଛି ହେଲା ଯଦି ଆମେ ଡେଫିନେସନ୍ସ କ୍ଲିୟର କରିଦେଲୁ ତାହେଲେ ଆମେ ଜାଣିପାରିବ କି ଆମର କ'ଣ ଚାଲିଛି ହେଲା ସୋ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚନରେ କ'ଣ ପଚାରିଛି ତାହେଲେ ଆମର probability statistics मेन गोल ହେବାର ଅଛି कि ଆମେ କେମିତି ଫର୍ମୁଲା ଘୋଷିବା ଫର୍ମୁଲା ଆପ୍ଲାଏ କରିବା ଆଉ ବେସିକ ଡେଫିନେସନ କେମିତି ମନେ ରଖିବା ତିନିଟା ଜିନିଷ ଅଛି ଏଠି ଲେଖି ଦଉଛି ସାଇଡରେ ପ୍ରଥମ ଜିନିଷ କି ଫର୍ମୁଲା ହେଲା ଫର୍ମୁଲା ହେଲା ଫର୍ମୁଲା ତାପରେ ସେକେଣ୍ଡ ହଉଛି ଆମର ଡେଫିନେସନ ହେଲା ଫର୍ମୁଲା ଡେଫିନେସନ एंड क्वेश्चन अलग अलग टाइप ऑफ क्वेश्चंस करियर अछि क्वेश्चंस माने एनसीईआरटी रे जते क्वेश्चन देछि यार इना सेरो तुमको आईडिया मिल जिवो दिस इज 1 दिस इज 2 एंड दिस इज 3 है ना नेक्स्ट टाइम असले binomial distribution for repeated experiment if the probability of success of an event in one trial is p and 2 and that of its failure is q then p plus q is equal to 1 এটা আমি আগে দেখি যাচ্ছি হলো then the probability of exactly r successes in n trials is pr is equals to ncr हम এটা देखिए this is combination p raised to power r q raised to power n minus r है ना important another question for us है ना probability of the success at least r times out of the total n trials p is of greater than r is equals to this ncr p up to ncr p raised to power n minus r is equals to 0 है ना probability of the success at most this is at least this is what this is at least this is at least okay this is at most and this is what this is for exact exact ର ଗୋଟେଟା ଆସିବ at least ରେ ସେତିକି ଯାଏ ଆସିବ ଯେତିକି ଯାଏ ସେ ଯାଇଛି at most ରେ ସେତିକି ଯାଏ ସେ minimum ରୁ max ଏଠୁ एटमोस्ट मैक्स रो मिन माने एटमोस्ट माने याटो अधिक हेबार दरकार नहीं है ना एटलीस्ट माने एटा तो एतिकी तो हेबा दरकार फॉर एग्जांपल तुम परीक्षा देखि आसला परीक्षा देखि आसला तुम तुम मामा तुमको पचारे केते मार्क्स आसिबो तुम कहलो 50 रु अधिका तो निश्चय आसिबो सेटा गला एटलीस्ट 50 है ना आ गोटे पिला अछि तार बहुत खराब ହେଇଛି परीक्षा तार माता को पचारे पुओ केते आसिबो झियो केते आसिबो से कहला ମା ଏଇଥର ତ 30 ରୁ ଉପରେ ଆସିବନି ତାହେଲେ ଏଟମୋଷ୍ଟ 30 ଆସିବ ବୁଝିପାରିଲ ସୋ ଏଟମୋଷ୍ଟ ଯୋଉ ଫର୍ମୁଲା ଅଛି ଏଟା ଦିସ୍ ଇଜ ଏଟମୋଷ୍ଟ ମାନେ ମିନିମମ୍ ନେଇକି ମାକ୍ସ ଏଟମୋଷ୍ଟ ଏଟା କଣ ମ୍ୟାକ୍ସିମମ୍ ଏଟଲିଷ୍ଟ ମାନେ ଏତିକି ତ ମିନିମମ୍ ହେବାର ଅଛି ତାହେଲେ ଏଇଠୁ କେତେ ବି ମ୍ୟାକ୍ସିମମ୍ ହେଇପାରିବ ମିନିମମ୍ ରୁ ମ୍ୟାକ୍ସିମମ୍ ଏଟା କଣ ମିନିମମ୍ ଏଟା ଅଛି ମ୍ୟାକ୍ସିମମ୍ ରୁ ମିନିମମ୍ एटमोस्ट माने जदि 4 अच्छे एटमोस्ट ताले 0 आमे नहीं पारिबा 1 नहीं पारिबा 2 नहीं पारिबा 3 नहीं पारिबा आउ 4 यदि एटलीस्ट 4 अच्छी ताले आमे 4 रो कते अप टू यदि की टोटल नंबर है यदि नंबर लाइन ऊपर एटलीस्ट एटमोस्ट एटा करबा एटा नंबर लाइन एटा 10 है ना एग्जैक्टली एन रे खाली 8 आउट आसीबा एन वाला एटा हला 8 यदि बड़ी बड़ी जीवो दिस इज एट लीस्ट है ना दिस इज एट लीस्ट यदि 10 रो ए साइड बड़ी बड़ी चलो एट मोस्ट है ना so this is how you will do this okay है ना so एठी हमारा प्रोबेबिलिटी चैप्टर सरला ताले मेन टिप्स जोटा मु देछि तुमको प्रोबेबिलिटी स्टैटिस्टिक्स रे फार्मूला और डेफिनेशन निश्चय करके जीवा परीक्षा एतिकी करि देलो ताले तमे किछि भी इजीली सॉल्व कर पाइबो ओके इजीली तमे सॉल्व को भी क्वेश्चन लेकिन तमे फंडामेंटल क्लियर अछि बाकी रे कोन अछि कि बाकी जो चैप्टर गुडा करे दिस इज वेरी इजी लेकिन ये फार्मूला भीतर ही से पचारिबो है ना यदि तमे बाकी गुडा कर देखिबो बेले बेले से मैनिपुलेशन फार्मूला को बाहर पचार पारिबो कि भाई एमती क्वेश्चन अछि तमे तमरा फार्मूला निजे डिराइव करो विद एक्सिस्टिंग फार्मूला एटा कोन एटा फार्मूला दिया है तुमको खाली अप्लाई करबो दिस इज जस्ट एप्लीकेशन जहां दोस्ती अप्लाई करो बाय नंबर दोस्ती बाय नंबर दोस्तों ने हम बायस थ्योरम जदी पचार तो डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन इजीली सॉल्व कर पारिबो जेतो हमर डेफिनेशन और फार्मूला क्लियर अछि मन अछि है ना सेम विथ स्टैटिस्टिक्स ओके सो वो एडवाइस करबी तमे सब फार्मूला देखो सब फार्मूला कौन केमती होचे सब देखो है ना देन हाउ टू डू थिंग्स माने हाउ टू सॉल्व क्वेश्चन using the formula and everything सेटा तमे देखो आउ केमती करती सब प्रैक्टिस है ना सो एठी हमें एंड करबा सेशन है ना आउ प्रैक्टिस करतो फार्मूला डेफिनेशन ऑफ क्वेश्चन स्टैटिस्टिक्स एंड प्रोबेबिलिटी नेक्स्ट चला बाकी ना जेई मेन और जेई एडवांस क्वेश्चन बहुत इजी आसीबो जेमती स्टैटिस्टिक्स टेबल वो तुमको कौन कहते फार्मूला और टेबल रो हेडिंग बना रखो हम कितना इजी तमे सॉल्व करबो ओ भी क्वेश्चन है ना सो ए सेशन एठी एंड करबो आउ बेस्ट ऑफ लक ओके सो बेस्ट ऑफ लक एवरीबॉडी आउ कीप प्रैक्टिसिंग example. Thank you, everybody. Bye.